What's up, YouTube, man? It's your boy Game like Will, man, back with another video. It's early in the morning, but it does not matter. Uh, just coming at y'all with this informative video. Where my notes at? Where my notes at? Where my notes at? Y'all know I always keep notes on me. I always keep notes, and I always journal and write notes. It's very important. Call it the napkin method or whatever you want to call it. Go if I was doing this in school, it'd be similar to me going to the bathroom. Hey, Miss Price, I gotta use the bathroom. Okay, we'll go to the bathroom. Probably flirt with some females on the way. Get to the bathroom stall, grab a bunch of tissue, put it in my pocket, and I mean it really helps when you can buy like a cool pen. Obviously, it doesn't really matter the pen, but I got like this little pen where I just this isn't toilet paper. This is like what you call it, a napkin, like a roll napkin thing. Yeah. I mean, it really doesn't matter to me though. But this is a regular napkin, like a white paper napkin. So just three notes I got right here. Got like a lineage of information, and I feel like I'm really missing other things I was. Um, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm tripping. So I wanted to make like two videos basically, but this is one video. It's all about social circle, and I wanted to figure out how I could really capitalize in this video and put two videos in one, but I don't want it to be like all over the place. So I'm just gonna rapid fire a couple tips and tricks that I just got from another social coach that kind of gave me some games. So basically, I've been chopping it up with a bunch of people on Bumble and people I meet in RLS real life situations or RL real life. Maybe I went to a restaurant last week and chopped it up with somebody, or I went to the mall or wherever I go, right? Just trying to be more social. And what ends up happening is some people will double back from my past. Maybe I posted some new profile pictures. Maybe they're seeing some new updated things, and maybe they even ran across some of my videos on YouTube, and they're like, "Wow, I think this is that same guy. Let me double back." Or maybe they see me on their street. You know what I'm saying? Before my electric scooter had broke, maybe they see me driving by, and they're like, "That looked like that guy that I was chopping it up with." So I noticed certain people who the relationship didn't go nowhere in the past are kind of coming back. But we're gonna chop it up, fire rapid about clubs real quick, and I'm gonna try to end this very fast. So here's a couple of tips on how to get out of the house. First of all, every week is 7 days in a week. My advice that I am taking in right now is that you really want to pump yourself up before you go outside. Now, me, I ain't really into all that pump yourself up shit. I do believe in affirmations. I do believe in language shaping the consciousness and the structure of both the mind and the body. And I do believe that your belief system is going to be the outcome of your reality. And it's going to either make you more durable during challenging situations, or it's going to make you self annihilating even when things are super easy to do. So you really want to hone in on who you listen to, who you subscribe to, what music you listen to just vibes. Just everything on planet Earth is a frequency, so get used to shifting your perspective in that way. So this is why I come to you with information piece number one, which is this is what I'm about to start doing. It's 7 days in a week. If I know typically I'm gonna go out maybe on a Wednesday or maybe Wednesday and Saturday. Let's take 2 days out of seven, and the rest maybe I'm just around the house just doing shit. I don't. Who knows? So if I know I want to go out specifically 2 days, maybe one day by myself, and the other day maybe with a PF, a potential friend. So I'm setting up this structure mentally. So one thing and tip and piece of advice that I want to give y'all is you know, take an outfit out of your collection of clothes and put it in your closet that is your going out outfit. Now you could switch the shoes, you could here and there kind of edit, you know what I'm saying, what you're throwing on. But what the key in this and the trick in this is you want to set yourself up to the point where it takes very microseconds for you to say, okay, I'm about to go out. You know what I'm saying? Given this fact that you probably showered or not, who gives a fuck? Uh, Cologne, brush your teeth on the way there if you have to, but you're getting out the house at rapid fire speed. So that's tip number one. Um, I forgot some of the other tips, but I want to kind of get into these notes. But I forgot the other tips. I'm gonna probably make more videos on social life. Y'all know how I do. But that's very important for me right now, especially because literally my potential friend lives near a female that I talk to, and the street that they live on is somewhat busy and it's close by, and there's clubs on that street. And like if I go over there on like a weekend day, I'll see females. I've been over there parties and stuff. Like I'm talking me just randomly going over there. One day it was pouring raining and they was having a big party over there. I mean, when you really think about where y'all live and you do the north, east, southwest analogy in your mind, and you think about what streets right here, what streets over here, what streets back here, what streets over there, you really get kind of like a you really realize like you have not conquered nearly any territory. And when I say conquered, you just have not been outside, you have not been socializing, and it's good to be honest, you know. It's the only way to be, because when you're honest with yourself, you can honestly say like I don't know a lot of people, and that kind of opens or creates space for people to kind of, I don't know, it's weird how the universe works, but it works. That's all you need to know. So right now we're halfway through the video. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. You know what I'm saying? Stay on this channel. I guarantee and I promise you, you will walk away with some game that you ain't never expect to get over here, or even in general on YouTube at all. So, but yeah, the outfit trick is going to be magnificent, because I'm one of those people who, you know, I roll out of bed and I don't feel like doing this, I don't feel like doing that, and it's so key and so helpful to be organized that I think we sleep on that, bro. Like we slip and we just don't understand how important it is to have your shit together, because you may not even feel like going out, but the fact that you got an outfit that's already there, you know what I'm saying? It just changes the game. It's like, I don't fuck it. I don't, you know, I'm one of them people. I don't fuck it. I don't want to go out no more. I don't got to, because I'm go out next week, guys. I'll start pushing it off just cause, and it'll be a positive push off, because see, there's a difference between pushing it off. Some people push stuff off because they really, like I said, the first one is negative when you're disordered, you don't know what to do, you feel confusion, you don't know if you're hungry or if you got to take a shit. You don't know what's going on, so that's the bad way to be. But if you got the means to get where you need to go and you're very organized, and you say, fuck it, I don't want to go out today. I'm just gonna call up a female or get on the phone, or I'm just gonna work on my texting skills, or two totally different people. So, um, so I want to chop it up real quick about approval and oh yeah, another tip was I guess you get to meet the club owner. Wherever you go, meet the club owner. Be nice to the club owner. I'm gonna give more tips and tricks on these things because I'm kind of jumping over it, but let's do these notes real quick about approval. So this I was watching a video by a known social coach. He said, "Stop being a person who is chasing the approval and start being a person who is giving the approval." Now, I want y'all to just pay attention just now as I'm reading this. Right, there's a little shift in my energy right now as I speak. I feel 10 times more grounded, and I'm gonna use the chakra system and energy talk to kind of define what I'm doing, because I noticed things like, right, I'm a coach now, and I've been noticing energy was the basis of everything, and frequency, and I'm making a product called Biome. It's very important because your environment controls a lot of things, but you're in control of that when you got game. So that's why we do what we do. Um, so as I read the first note, he said, "Stop being a person who is chasing approval and start being a person who is giving the approval." Now that could be seen as an affirmation, a structure, a sentence. It could be seen in many different perspectives, but either way, when I read that sentence, I naturally feel myself kind of like balancing just because my mind is reading something that makes sense. Sometimes I know y'all feel a lot that life don't really make sense. Um, I feel that a lot too. And but I when I feel that I immediately lay down or relax my whole body and chill and pull out notes and start journaling or on my phone journaling. And sometimes you don't want to go on YouTube and look for another man to tell you how to be. You just want to have that inner dialogue, which is very, very intimate and it's important because there's situations in life, and this is what we call inner game, because there's situations in life that it's just too nuanced for your coach to even kind of tell you. It's like a real personal thing going on there. Now they can help you if you ask them a specific question, but you're already outside in front of the female. How are you going to ask them the question? So you have to have inner dialogue to kind of get a feel for, should I nag her right here, or should I laugh this off, or is this a shit test, or is this that? You got to kind of have self esteem, so to speak. And I mean that's exactly what it is. But said what most people are doing is they are always trying to get into someone else's reality, and we all unconsciously do this. For the people who probably listen to this channel, obviously people who are gamed up don't do this. The cool kid at school, uh the music video, Ludacris in the music video in 2006, they probably do it at some micro level, because we're humans. You don't want to get isolated from the group, you don't want to get kicked out of a group, you don't want to be all these crazy ass things, so you want to kind of fit in. But I mean that's natural for kids, but as you reach 18, 17, 16, it's kind of like you have to adjust your perspective. So what most people are doing is they're always trying to get into someone else's reality. What you want to do conversely, you want to get other people wanting to come into your reality. And that's a total different thing. It's like black and white. It's two different. You're looking at it this way, we're telling you to look at it that way. Now, so you really you gotta audit yourself. You really gotta ask yourself, what is my vibe? Now, see, me personally, I don't do that. I just kind of like experience my vibe by, like I said, communicating with more people. And it's the same thing that Buddy was saying, but it's like you can consciously tell yourself this at home. But again, when I go out and I meet somebody or I go to a club or something, that's when I'm in the game. And that's when I'm looking and I'm saying, what is my vibe? I'm not really saying it. I'm kind of assuming, because me personally, I feel like maybe it's because I'm a Leo or something. I've always been kind of confident, but it's been a silent confidence. Like once I start talking, once I start knowing somebody, it's like, okay, like I ain't kissing nobody ass. So either way it go, I'm not chasing you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like there is a boundary there, a self-esteem boundary that's just naturally there, but that's not what we're really talking about holistically. I mean, we kind of are, we kind of aren't. Because even me, um, if I'm around the right person and that person has leadership qualities, they might could convince me that maybe I am doing something wrong, or maybe I should be following them, or maybe, you know what I'm saying? Like even YouTube, certain little comments people leave could make me feel like, maybe I should take a one down position and hear somebody out, which is not what we're talking about, because you need to be able to have the ability to hear people out without being in your feelings or ego, and you also don't want nobody to kill your ego by telling you what to do all day. By saying, oh, you're not doing this right, or YouTubers shouldn't do this, and it's like when somebody gets like that with me, it's like, bro, I'm way too like I'm not the guy. Like you gotta find somebody else to boss around. It's just not me. I guess I have a free spirit. I guess I'm a freedom fighter type of guy. I don't like that type of shit. But I got tough skin. I'm growing, and you gotta kind of sometimes be able to show somebody that hey, it's two alphas in the room and not one. But I don't know, bro. I don't know. Okay, so he says, and again, this is another thing too. My perspective is that vibes could change. So when he say you really got to audit yourself, you really got to ask yourself what is my vibe. Basically, what I'm hearing him basically, and I'm interpreting my own way. He's saying, what is the natural level vibe that you feel like you resonate with? If it's 18 days in a row, what's that frequency you feel like you're always at? And like I say, for me, I'm calm, I'm relaxed, I'm laid back. I'm considerably smooth. Like I see my character as someone who goes out, makes plays for themselves, and like he said, almost draws in people. And I kind of do that naturally, but what it is that I don't be consciously aware of it, so I don't always capitalize off of it. So I may draw people and magnetize people in, but I don't really always capitalize off of it or even have the game or the social skills to always close the deal or whatever the case is. So you could being confident could also hurt you in this. It's like more of a science than it is a confidence thing. So next it says, so when you go into a venue, which could be anything in my opinion, a venue is a gas station, a venue is ShopRite, a venue is the corner store, a venue is the park, a venue is the sidewalk to me. Like it's anything. But you you're already craving approval or viewing the venue as some kind of threat, you're already in the wrong frame of mind. Now, I speak to a lot of narcissistically people who've dealt with narcissistic people. They kind of train you to see the world through a threat perspective. So you're already starting off with one leg in the race. But given if you really take notes to what I'm saying right now, you can actually alter and kind of raise above the bullshit. So remember, whenever you're viewing a venue, which is a location, which is kind of like a thing, an item, you're viewing a place like going outside or walking down the street as some kind of a threat, you're already in the wrong frame of mind. Instead, what you should be doing is laughing, joking um, with your friends, or thinking about things that you think are interesting, things that you're passionate about, things that are upbeat, maybe even things that are not upbeat, but just kind of cool and interesting and fascinating or whatever it is. And then you have to be on your own intent. Now, own intent. What he said was you have to be on your own path as you're speaking. You don't want to be reaction seeking. See, for some of us, it's innate. Like right now, I'm talking, and in my mind, I'm kind of viewing viewers for some reason. I'm like, someone's listening to me, and that type of it's what human beings are trained to do, which is give a fuck. And again, a lot of y'all raised by women. It's intensified. It's like you really give a fuck, and it's like that's what needs to die off. You know what I'm saying? When you kill that shit, you're gonna be a monster out here. You're just gonna be so indifferent. It's very important. So, like you said, you need to have your own intent, walking your own path, or some people call it a mission statement, a mission in life, or basically, I don't know. You could break it down into like time. Like if it's 24 hours in a day, I'm gonna go to the club for an hour, and when I go for an hour, I'm kind of going to bounce around and kind of do something. I like to call it a self-fulfilling task. It's like, okay, I'm gonna talk to 18 people in this club, and I'm gonna just bounce around the club and talk to people. And that way, because it's a self-fulfilling task, nobody can't really break my spirit, because that's what people be doing. When you get one rejection, you'll go into, like I said, oh, someone over here might have seen me get rejected, so now I can't approach them no more, and I can't approach them no more. And it's like, it's not that deep. You know what I'm saying? It's not that serious. You gotta be able to nullify these sharp opinions or these sharp core beliefs that you accumulated from school or from bullies or from females or wherever it come from, that are kind of like tweaking your confidence. That's really what it's doing. So like I said, you know, the frame of mind is that, hey, I'm Will, I'm laughing, I'm joking with or without friends, because if you're going somewhere by yourself, you're just laughing because you're just finding things funny. You may even talk to yourself. You may be walking down the street, and for you say, for every corner that I walk to, I'm gonna laugh. I'm gonna make a joke at the corner for some reason. It's a self fulfilling test. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's a self fulfilling test. Every time I get to a corner of a street, I gotta say a joke to the corner of the street, and it could be corny or not, but then I'm just gonna keep walking. And that's a good practice because you're showing yourself what improv. And you're like, it's different. I could be indifferent to whether it's funny or not. You know, you don't have to be funny. You have to be honest, and you have to be forward as a guy. So that's what it is. It's forward thinking instead of like kind of like backwards thinking or sideways thinking. You're like, well, if it's not funny, it's not funny, but I'm still who I am. You know, you're owning your reality. Um, Maybe even things that are not upbeat, but they're just kind of cool and interesting to you. You know what I'm saying? Like with me, like I mean, some things aren't upbeat, but it's just cool and interesting. It doesn't mean I shouldn't talk about it. Doesn't mean I shouldn't love it. Doesn't mean it's not important to me. I don't value it. You know what I'm saying? And maybe the coolest person in the room don't value it, but who says they're the coolest person? Maybe statistics, maybe numbers or something. But those numbers are frequencies, and they could tweak based on my behavior and how I present myself. And most people shoot themselves in the foot. That's the secret in social dynamics no one talks about. Why do the cool kids stay cool and the losers stay the loser? Most losers are shooting themselves in the foot every day, literally by thinking the wrong thoughts and doing the same. They're looping on loser, and the winner is looping on winner, and the winner don't even know why he's a winner, and the loser don't even know why he's a loser. And when you question your reality, you break the mold or whatever, or you challenge it. So having your own intent, being on your own path, as you're speaking, you don't want to be reaction seeking. And again, that's innate in certain folks, right? It's innate in almost, if you ask me, well, not everybody, but a large majority of the world. They like when I'm about to make a YouTube video, I'm like, I wonder if this is gonna touch a lot of likes. I wonder who's watching. I wonder what's going on here, and that's kind of natural for me. But that I can't assume that that's what every successful or non-successful. I mean, I can't assume anything. I don't know what the majority of the world does before their YouTube videos. Some people probably do rituals, and they probably uh, uh, pump themselves up similar to what we're talking about now, similar to that. Like so, uh, difference between reaction seeking and self. There's a difference between reaction seeking and self amusement. This is a very key point right here. So reaction seeking is you say something funny, you hope that the person will like it, and then they bounce that energy back at you, and then when they do, you feel good. Now again, keyword, when they do, you feel good. But a trained social coach would know that I feel good in general. I feel good, win, lose, or draw. And sometimes out of the murky shadows of the world, I don't feel good. And I still have the tools to tweak my feelings to feel better. And hell, if worse really come to worse and I can't do that, I'm just gonna go outside, and they understand that consistency outbeats feeling good. So even though maybe I feel adverse or not as good or whatever the word is I put in there, it's been days like I didn't feel so good, but I went outside anyway, and I still got like I did unexpectedly good and got more numbers than I thought I could, or whatever the goal seems to be. Is like it still works. It been days where I didn't want to post a video and touch 1K, like a couple of those videos, by the way. And it been days where I'm like, all right, let me do this, and it only touched maybe 100 views, maybe 60, maybe you just don't know. So don't let your feelings become the master of your. Don't become the puppet of your feelings or whatever the fuck. Reaction seek is you say something funny and hope that the person likes it. Keyword hope. Why would I hope? I mean, the key word is hope because you would hope someone would like it because you're basically saying if they don't, this person has importance. You're sub-communicating that. You're saying this person is important. You may not verbally be saying it, but you're sub-communicating that this person is important. I hope they like what I'm saying. I've been there. It been even times where I was super confident, people could tear you down. Like if you got roommates or somebody, like you could be around people for months and weeks, and you didn't care what they thought at first, but then because these people, you're kind of synchronizing with who you hang. You are who you hang with. So it's like over a 2 month, 3 month period, you find yourself kind of um being tricked out of that not giving a fuckness that you had, and they found a way to kind of get you to hang on one word or one thing that they, or people will threaten you with disrespect sometimes and make it to where you have to like put your foot down and like, all right, boundaries, we're not going to hang out no more if you keep fucking around. But what I'm saying is that you got to be a man in those situations too, because if I just talk about how fun everything is, then that's bullshit. Now, I mean, you got to be willing to walk away, and this is why social dynamics is so important because you got to be willing to walk away. Those who don't walk away get buried in the sand. That's just some shit I just made up, but I just think it sounds cool. Difference between reaction seeking and self amusement. Reaction seeking is you say something funny, you hope the person will like it, and then and by the way, I go through this when I text women all the time. But the better I got at texting, and the more I know my shit, and I see good responses coming back from the women, the more I have validation that is kind of like it's not like based on the woman necessarily, but it's kind of like in between me and her. It's not like based on me and it's not based on her. It's like the skill itself. I know I got better at the skill itself. So it's like I said, I'm not really reaction seeking because I know where one woman won't, another woman will. And I don't want to say that because that's cliche. I hate cliche shit because it doesn't teach anybody anything. But you have to understand that people aren't attracted to people, they're attracted to the value or the capabilities of the person. And then they assign the feelings they feel to whoever is guilty for the feelings they're feeling. Um, so if you make a girl wet or horny, she's just gonna be like, "Oh, who is this ugly fuck who made me horny?" And then she's gonna run over and just try to like give you the meanest blowjob in the world, and you're like, it has nothing to do with you looking good. It's just like you're responsible for how I'm feeling right now. So therefore, I feel compelled to give you return something. Uh, so I really do believe that attraction is not about looks. Like that's a big like a true belief. Like I honestly feel like that. At first, you may see something you like, but if you find out the bitch is crazy after a year, you're like, man, I wish I never met this bitch. I don't care if you look like, I don't care if she's Britney Spears. I don't care if she's whoever the fuck. I don't care, right? I said Britney Spears, the old Britney Spears. Um, You hope that the person will like it and then bounce that energy back at you. And I keep having these like pickup thoughts in my head because it's like it's real, bro. Like when you're flirting with a female, you gotta have that same stoic personality. Like you gotta like be like throwing shit at her, and like some shit gonna stick, some shit not, and so that means you gotta patent your game to where you're never turning her off, because that's the only time where what you're saying may be, it's hard to explain, bro. You'll get better. You'll develop. It's just like chess. Like you'll get better at it, and then you'll know where I'm coming from or what I'm trying to say. Like, because even if I fuck up, it's not totally dead. If you're good at the game, then you're not totally over. But if you're not good and you fuck up, then you might lose the set completely because you never offered anything attractive. You don't even got anything attractive about you. So not only do she think you're not shit, but you actually understand that you aren't shit. So it's like she's just a cherry on top of the belief that you sincerely have. But for me, it's I think I'm the shit, not because I'm actually the shit, but because I study being the shit so much and so frequently that as a byproduct, I mean, I have to be it. You know, I am. And if she don't want to hop on the train, then I'm going. The train is still moving, type shit. I mean, I'm similar to a train or a bus. I mean, it just doesn't stop. If you ain't got the money to get on it, then it doesn't matter. And it's like your looks are luck. Two four-letter words. Look, luck. Your looks are luck. It has shit to do with you. In fact, where's your mother at? No, I'm just playing. But for real though, that's real shit. Like, you know, you got your looks from people. You didn't get it from yourself. And they got their looks from somebody. And it all comes from God. And it's just one big concoction of whatever the fuck, you know? It's a slew of whatever. Um So there will be times where you get fixated on trying to please the crowd, or comedians do it, pickup artists do it, YouTubers do it. I'm probably doing it right now because this is why I'm saying it. It's like there is times where you get fixated. You're like, yo, was that last shit I said even funny, or was this first shit I said funny? And what you gain in consistency over time is, I guess, your water legs of saying like whether it hit or don't. I guess I'll see when someone comments and said that shit was funny or not, because I don't want to provoke someone to say something they don't really think. But you get what I'm saying. If I didn't say what I just said and someone commented, then I'd be like, oh, that shit was funny. Or, you know, I get comments on videos that I made 2 months ago and it'd be the most random bullshit. And I'm like, okay, that's lets me know somebody cares about me. You know what I'm saying? Somebody, even if it's some bullshit, like, you get back from what you put in life, and it may not be instant gratification. So again, I'm about to end this video though. We're 33 minutes. Um, so the difference is reaction seeking is when you say something funny or whatever you say, and you hope that the person will like it, and then they bounce that energy back at you, and then when they do, you feel good. Self amusement is you're just saying things that pump you up, things that you find funny, things that you are just sharing. And then that increases your mood, and um, it increases your mood because you're a high status person in that environment. Like no, it's that it increases your mood, and who people basically want approval from. Oh my goodness, because you're a high status person in the environment who people want approval from. When you laugh, they laugh. At that point, let's just throw that in there, because they may not laugh when you first meet somebody. This reminds me of when I was in Job Corps, and it was this new guy in town and shit, and he was from New York, tall, dark skin, from New York. He was trying to take everybody girl. He tried to take my bit. You feel me? And he was smooth. You know, he had some game to him, and he used to always want to play basketball and shit. He was cool, man. But uh, he was a kind of a flirty type of guy with the ladies. I respected that about him. And like I said, when he first came in there, we don't know this guy. Like I'm the man at the school actually, and I don't even deem myself. Like I said, other people deem me that. I don't see. I don't. I'm just me. And like I said, in terms of like biology or environmentalism or whatever, we had a little clashes and stuff. We had little differences, but for the most part, we both know who's the, like we both know who's the top guys in the school. Like we don't really, you know what I'm saying, think about that shit like the way other people do. But what I'm trying to say is like he had to kind of show over time reputation and maintain that reputation for people that kind of lighten up in the heart area. Like even with me, it's like, all right, bro. Like we know him now. He's cool. People don't call him his full name no more. People call him the first letter of his name as a nickname now. Like he's in, like people have to get adjusted to the environment. And it's the same thing with you at the club. It's the same thing with you in any building on earth. You know what I'm saying? Always think about it like that. Like think about it like a chess game. Like when I'm in a building, a square building, what you're always typically probably in. All you have to do is understand dynamics of how social dynamics work. And you have to actually um, have introspective questions to yourself. Like, um, I like to simplify things. So, like, is this a green light right here or a red light? Or is this a good move or is this a bad move? Or is this some nuanced, abstract move that I can't figure out that I got to go run back to my laptop and study? You know, either which way it go, it's all learning lessons. And I mean, it really doesn't matter. I mean, it does, but it don't. It's really something you just have to participate in. And even if, like I said, even if you do some self-fulfilling tasks, you know, you could talk to the air. I'm talking to the air right now. This is going to end up on a website, but for the most part, I'm literally speaking to the air right now. And I could literally be acting like I'm gaming up a female or meeting a friend, a PF, a potential friend. It doesn't matter, in the long term of things. Like at the 9 months from now or 5 months from now, I may be living in a new city with a girlfriend and a cat or some shit. Like next week, that can happen. To be honest, I could be doing that now. Unpronounced yeah. But that goes to show you, bro. Like just put your feet kind of like if you scared to swim, just go to the beach and put your feet in the sand and enjoy the sunlight and watch other people get in the beach. And then you may talk to somebody about how cold the water is or whatever. Just get closer to it, and have a genuine interest for it. And like I said, before you know it, you'll know how to do it. But they say when you start to laugh, basically people will laugh with you, and obviously they'll become more flexible and they'll be more agreeable. Like when I first started this video, somebody probably watched it like, who the fuck is this guy? What the fuck is he talking about? By the end of the video, you kind of feel more flexible towards 99% of the things coming out my mouth because you've already kind of on a subconscious level, you've kind of agreed. Like you've kind of made like a signature agreement on a subconscious level. You're like, all right, I already made it through 30 minutes with this guy, 40 minutes with this guy. He's offering a lot of value. There's something about him that I could learn. Ugh. And you just kind of start to agree with everything. Even if I say, man, I like peanut butter and jelly and raisin bran and on my oatmeal, and at 3 o'clock in the morning you're like, that, my favorite YouTuber likes this, da da da. You start to think and make excuses for why somebody is doing something. And it's like it's crazy how the brain works. It's very adaptive. And you have to understand women think the same way. This is why I say rejection ain't really rejection. She don't know you well enough to reject you. She's rejecting the presentation of you. It's like being on Christmas